Hey everybody, Asher here, and after some request and some good reception for the last video I made of this, let's play a little bit more Renowned Explorers International Society. For those of you who may have missed the Free Play Friday of this last time, you're in for a bit of a treat and hopefully a bit of a better performance. We're going to go ahead and hit new game. This video is going to be a little bit of me kind of talking through some of the stuff that we did last time. Now this game has two modes: Discovery Mode, which is kind of your save, reload, try again mode, or Adventure Mode, which is the mode that we're going to be doing, the more classic roguelike, and we're going to be playing on classic difficulty. For those of you who may want to know my experience in this game, I've won on easy, I've won on normal. I've lost on classic only because of the end game, which we'll talk about that if we get there. I have not played impossible yet. So what you do is you get to select your crew. You have one captain. Each captain has some kind of perk, like plus 50 gold per encounter, plus 5 status, plus 1 collect, anything like that. So we're just going to go ahead, and I don't see a random button, which is a little bit sad. But we are going to be, let's see here. I tried to do kind of a friendly run last time. Let's see if we can do something a little bit more aggressive this time. And there's different types of people that are there: scientists, scouts, fighters, and speakers. And the last time I did roll out, I did try and do some speakers and try and be friendly to everybody. We're just going to take this kind of another way here. You know, I think instead of doing kind of the fight melee route, we're going to do the science route. Now, your default person is Anna Proskunova from Russia. I butchered that pronunciation. She is one of the strongest leaders in the game. In fact, she's been nerfed like crazy. So we're probably not going to go with her. Earl Shanty's interesting. He's from America, and he'll give you 6 collect, which is essentially money whenever you complete a research paper, and start every expedition with tools, and plus 1 study whenever you enter an area with a nature challenge. Let's go with Amelia Karwowska, who is from Poland. So I am definitely 100% mispronouncing that. She is speech-oriented, and she does well with friendly or devious people such as Pedrino and Maria. Now, we do have some other people that we can choose from here. And I did try to use Pedrino last time, and I think I'm probably going to... Let's see if we can unlock some other people here. We have, let's see, we have Amelia, who's pretty exciting, and then we have Agatha von Brunswick from Germany. Some say she's a German professor is really told to be leading expedition, but as a teacher she knows how to handle people. And she's a rhetorician, a scientist with speech defense and lacking attack. So I guess we're going to be trying to be friendly or mocking people in some way, shape, or form. And we also have Felipe as well. Well, let's go ahead and take Agatha. And then our third person here is going to be Felipe. Felipe is kind of balanced. He wants to be friendly or aggressive. Let's see, right now she's an archaeologist. We have an archaeologist and a naturalist, so a little bit of stacking there. I mean, we could always go with someone like Yvonne, although I don't want to switch her out. Like I said, it just comes down to a few different options, a few different choices. There is something to be said about going for 3 scientists. Or I could always try and go for Charles here, so we have a... I think what's good about Charles is that he's very speech-oriented as well. This gives us some balance between being devious and friendly. He's an ex-sailor, ex-butler from Manchester who wants to rub elbows with the Queen, knows how to throw a punch and an insult. So if it comes down to it, we can have him be a diplomat or survivalist. We have some spread of skills here. We'll see if that's really what we want to do. He actually does have attack power for a weapon, and she starts with a speech power book, so we'll have to see if we can focus on that just a little bit. But let's go ahead and start the adventure. Here is our happy crew with the 18-year-old captain, our butler, and our professor. I have no idea if this crew is going to be anywhere near balanced or work out, but we are looking for a druidic stone. It's your time to get the Renowned Explorers International Society membership. Amelia wants to make a big entrance and wants to investigate the mystic appearance of a druidic stone circle. Rumor has it that the druids set up here a long time ago. So we're going to go for adventure. For those of you who did not see last time, we're going to have a little bit of text options down here. Everyone's a little bit nervous. We do have low resolve, which resolve, if you run out of 0 resolve, it's over. And because we're on the mode that we are on, there is no saving and reloading, no save scumming any way, shape, or form. So we're just gonna, let's say, start here, because this area can give practical resources. This one may give absolutely nothing. Okay, oh, actually, it's a small rewards. Amelia's collecting some berries when Amelia spots an unknown fern. Most people don't pay attention to plants, but renowned explorers surely appreciate it. So we get some tokens here. We get 1 study token, and we get 1 campaign token. And if we look at the our people here, now she is a naturalist. We don't have to worry so much about some of the other things here. As we get a little bit higher on, we're going to be picking some other traits and attributes here. But at least for now, we're not going to concern ourselves so much with conflict as trying to maximize our supplies. Some people still go for the school of thought if you're min-maxing to actually try and run into fatigue here. But for now, we're just going to be going around. While everyone takes a little break, Charles noticed these clovers are different from the ones back in London, and we get 1 little bit of research. And sometimes these are not going to really have a ton here. There's a possible nature challenge here, so let's see what that's about. Crew traverses an area and looks like it has never been trod before. Charles finds a weird, colorful stone that looks valuable. The crew goes to take a look. Sadly, upon closer inspection, the stone doesn't seem so fancy at all. The crew just waves away some common pebble. Billy, however, thinks there is more to the stone, jots down the observation before leaving. So, you're not always going to get a nature challenge, but it's nice to be prepared when you do. Let's see if we can get some practical resources here. Grove, we get supplies. 3 supplies, so we're back up to 6. And we're just going to keep going around, see if we can get research. The crew walks over some fallen trees and forests. So Amelia slips and falls. Amelia goes tumbling down, landing bottom first on a rotten trunk, breaking the trunk in 2. Ouch. No damage, though. Agatha can't keep him bursts out, laughing as Amelia rolls on the ground in pain. It takes at least 1 full minute before Agatha notices the rotten trunk of some interesting mold samples. Agatha mockingly thanks Amelia for her research. So that's a nice little dynamic when you embarrass yourself in front of your professor. Surely none of y'all have been through that before. Alright. Now the reason that we like our study tokens here is that we have a crew that is kind of geared towards research, which this skill tree looks a lot like what you might see in Civ 5. We'll cross there when we reach it, assuming we survive this first area, but what a weird place. The ground is getting increasingly soft and the air starts to smell foul. Weird rocks stand between the crooked trees, and Amelia thinks you might have reached a pretty special point in the forest. Let's investigate further. While looking around, Amelia notices all kinds of fossils remain. The crew is getting excited. Could you maybe find your first fossil right in the swampy place? Now we have different people with different options. I could potentially use a tool to guarantee this, or I could just start excavating a safe area. We could potentially lose 2 supplies, but it's not going to kill us here. Now Amelia has speech defense, scientist, and naturalist, so she's best suited for this. Scientist is the blue circle back there, and then naturalist is, if you click on her, that's her level 1. So we'll want to try and double down that. We'll go for the 81% chance. You get 2 potential study, 2 potential collect, which is gold, and hopefully we don't screw this. Oh, right now. Game likes to troll the wheel a lot. A great success, Amelia returns to the smell worse than London sewers, but with good results. Not only did Amelia find some valuables, but Amelia also thinks you should be looking for a herbivore dinoskeleton, an amber nearby, a hunter dinoskeleton, or a helix fossil. So there's all kinds of things we can look for. Let's look for the herbivore. The crew is wildly enthusiastic and starts the excavation. It will take longer. Soft ground makes it easier. From years hours work, the crew finds a treasure. Stegsaurus skull, which gives us renown, which is important for final score, and insight, which we'll be saving for now. But really nice bonus here is that because we have this +1 study whenever a natural succeeds in the adventure wheel, so we want to take as many nature challenges as we can, and it's very, very good snowball-y kind of item, really. So we get some additional study. Look at all these study tokens just so far that'll go into research eventually, so we can inspect our treasures anytime. So we have 4 supply left, and we have to be able to get to there by the end, or else bad things can happen. If we go up here, status can be gained, status, which will give you campaign. Let's see if there's another nature challenge here. Alright, there's another weird colorful stone. It's worthless to other one, but the crew starts to think maybe there's something up with this one. So we can do all kinds of things here, but we're once again going to rely on Amelia to see if she can make this work, and the wheel is good to us today. Yay! Unlike losing the 7% chance in the last video. So the stone might have properties that will aid wave research. And you mine the stone for the lab. Cool. Now we do, looks like we're going to have our first encounter here. So just your luck, a pack of hungry wolves is following you. Only one way to get out of this, we're going to defend ourselves. Now there's lots of different options in terms of combat. And hopefully the video doesn't just kind of stop here. But what we are going to try and do today is end in an aggressive stance. Sorry. Because if we'll get an additional encounter token for that. So these guys tend to handle that. But we don't have to be friendly all the time. Or we don't have to be mean all the time. Now if we look at our different people here, she has good, happy thoughts. Let's see if we can impress the wolf. We can do something other than that. Let's go ahead and just impress the wolf. Now the problem with using friendly attacks... Oh, A+. It's really happy, but because it is super happy, if we look at the buffs that it has, first off, we've given ourselves minus 30 armor, which makes things a little exciting. But is fast and aggressive, and it has... it's impressed, so it is going to be pretty damn happy. Alright. We can take out this one. Oh, no we won't. So fumble there. See, you don't always have a 100% chance to hit, but what I'm really trying to do here is to switch from friendly, and then we're just going to go over here and punch him in the face. So you're so happy, we're going to send the butler into uppercut, because that's how that works. And the wolf just falls over. And now we're gone from that to Devious abilities have 25% power, which is much stronger. Better way to end the turn than everybody having negative armor. Even though for some reason he's still showing. Okay, now he's not. In turn. We still want to end this as aggressively as possible. And health or spirit does reset every time. So we'll see if we can maybe knock these guys out with our devious abilities. Now one thing that we can do here, if we stand her over here and this somehow takes another turn, she'll be okay. Oh wow, so she just grades everybody. That's what our favorite professors all do, right? Okay. Let's see. We're going to try and take out that other guy in just a minute, but there we go. Wilting Flower, he's not very happy, because you know how that goes, and we're just going to go uppercut. Which one do we want to uppercut here? We can do the Terrified one. Let's get rid of the Hopping Mad one, so punch and punch. There we go. Thanks, Butler. He's already not very pleased, but we're at the end turn, and people should be able to recover some spirit, okay? Actually, he's trying to run away a little bit. That doesn't count as a back attack, it's just 8 spirit down, and then we get a little bit of healing. You can still use friendly abilities to heal. That was dumb. Well, let's just go ahead and attack here. There we go. 21! That wolf didn't know I'd hit him. And we get the aggressive stance here. So we get extra tokens and an armor bonus and attack power bonus. If we are diverted, those wolves will bother you no more. Stories like these will do well at the Renowned Explorer, so everyone wants to be able to fight. And we do have our first level up here. Now we don't need to upgrade our archaeology because we already have an archaeologist. Although Legends perk is a little different. But we can go ahead and go for the naturalist here. And that'll give her another ability. Tranquility. Target becomes excited if positive. Heals all allies within the target circle. So that's going to be pretty important later on just for a heal. Healing is good in this game. Now we only have one more space where we can go really before we have to deal with anything else. So unless there's any supplies here. But in the middle of the forest you find some ruins of some sort. What actually remains to be uncovered. Crew starts an investigation. Agatha assumes to find some Celtic writing on a stone. It reads, "Welcome to the other world where fairies live. We have chased our homeland, or we've been chased our homeland by the Celts and now live in this magical place." The crew is looking at the text with interest when suddenly a small person pops up. "I am a fairy of old. Get off my land immediately or cast a spell you." Amelia can't believe it. A real fairy. Amelia is terrified and excited at the same time. And of course we have Agatha being the party pooper. It's just a kid. Amelia blushes and acts as though it was known all along. Still pretty impressed that an orphan kid is able to decipher the script. Amelia offers the lonely kid James to join as part of your entourage. "Yes, I can be your student. Finally, I get to see more of the world." So, we can talk about entourages right now. Very important part of this, and for each research token you get, students are very important for the strategy that we're going to be going for, because we're going to be going for a pretty research-based group here. And I don't think we're going to have time to go to this place, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and go to the Celtic Stones, because once we hit 0 supply, we're going to start getting some debuffs, and I'd really prefer to actually survive this mission. So, Druidic Circle must be somewhere around here. Once you get there, this expedition will come to an end. Onwards. Crew vigorously searches around the dense forest. It doesn't take long before you find a standing stone circle. The ruined main minier must contain valuable information to study. It will surely skyrocket your reputation. However, you hear a familiar laugh. I said raff. Behind you stands the French explorer Rivalo, and do not ask me to do a French accent. It's not what I do. Who's considered to be the most promising of the renowned explorers. He got here just before you did. Thank you, amateur. Under 24B, the Explorer mandate, fellow explorers should help each other out, and I really need to take the main minier to impress a lady. That's what she said. That's right, everyone just likes big stones, I guess. Explain all the hard work you did to get here. Rivalo looks at you as he really, really cares. Oh wow, most unfortunate. Maybe you should talk this out with my most intelligent and diplomatic scientist, Lady Cassandra Shafik. I'm sure she'll hear out all your problems while I take them in here. Hey, wait a minute. Before Amelia can stop Rivalo's crew, scientist Cassandra steps forward. Hello, fellow renowned explorers. I hear you have many problems. No, let me help you out. Yes? She's not letting you pass. It's time to defend ourselves, as we have our people happily scantering to the X for the encounter. So we have all different ways that we can end this. We can do this with the diplomatic approach, with the... Cassandra appreciates that you didn't resort to violence. Cassandra is pleased with your diplomatic approach, or Cassandra thinks you're a brute. Now, overall, our campaign right now is aggressive, but that's not necessarily where we're starting. And unlike last video, I'm going to do a much better job of actually using the terrain to our advantage. So right now, we're pretty friendly. So you have a friendly range of 1, so we'll start with you. Let's just go ahead and excite, and you can see right there, right away, we're all very happy. And now we've gone to physical attacks having plus 50% effectiveness. But I don't think we're going to do that just yet. We could do Impress, we could do anything else. I really don't want to go to this part because it's fairly negative if I do it that way. But let's try and keep it positive. Nope, we're not. We're just going to knock you down. That's right, you're scared of the butler. Now we can also click here to see kind of if people are going to be getting pretty close to us, but my big goal is just to back off right now. I want to get them in at least this choke point and funnel them in at me. Because I do have some good healing, and there's Cassandra right there. Pretty sure she does have an AoE, so I gotta watch out for her. Like I said, I just want to be able to use the choke point to my advantage. Cassandra's a scientist. She's friendly and tries to win her diplomacy, but sometimes leaves herself open for attacks. And there's Mindless Henchman. Alright. Now we could flip the switch for being devious here, and that may not be a terrible idea. Because if we do devious and then friendly, I think we get a pretty decent buff here. Nope! Minus 30 speech defense. Do not want. Alright. Well, we'll just have to hope that we didn't screw ourselves too badly here. So fortunately, that's okay. And that's minus 30 speech defense for us, not for everybody. Alright, just to try and avoid the AoE right now, I'm going to put you down here. And we'll see if we can maybe get them to split up just a little bit. Right now we're devious. We want to end this being friendly. Oh, that's cute. So right now these brutes aren't doing a lot. We might just be able to focus fire and get her. Maybe not. I don't know. You can give it a shot. So at least we have less speech defense worries now, and we can possibly end this as friendly. And we can also heal up some people as well. So her friendly attack is in melee range. And his friendly attack has one range over this way. So let's see what we can do. Might need 2 turns to take her down. I do have Tranquility as an ult. it comes down to it. Oh, I should have maybe done that one first because that decreases her. That debuffs her to where. What's the ability here? Extra spirit damage from excited speech abilities, which we have. See, this is where I'm not necessarily playing with the same people all the time, but we have 2 impress abilities, 1 excite ability, so not always the great stacking there, but we'll figure it out. So there's our AoE. Oh, good. Just really do not want you to fall. So quick fumble there, fumble Ruski. And probably slapped it. Oh no, he's just trying to tip his hat. That's cute. So what do you know? I put myself in AoE reach anyway. Let's end this fight. You get an A+ for nearly taking out Grandma here. So we get extra token here. We get speech that doesn't really matter because Cassandra is very content with you. Oh, you are kind, aren't you? Well, I'll be rooting for your rise. Yes, please take some research papers you collected. Sorry I can't help you with your problems. She leaves with fellow Rivalo who somehow managed to get away with the hole in the ear because I guess he has to impress somebody. So we get 2 study and all your crew members gain speech permanently increased by 1, which is really nice. Rivalo has gone with the Mimir, the most interesting and telling scriptures were on it. Suddenly a hooded figure appears on the scene. A druid pops out. Amazing! I saw you handle that encounter just now. Your friendly solution is admirable. I'm honored someone like you is looking for our history. Allow me to help you with divination. Please tell me, what is your dream to chase? Become the most famous and respected, become wealthy and successful, to make amazing contribution to sciences. Well, since we're doing a science-style run, that's what we're going to do. Ah, science, noble calls for sure. I sense the earth is excited to be discovered. Give me a minute. The transit druid leads the crew to a digging spot and finds rare materials and a unique treasure. Cool! It's only 25 renown, but it's also 8 study, which is fantastic. Further, with this last find, your expedition is concluded on a high note. However, it's clear if you want to be the most renowned explorer, you have to beat Rivalo. It's personal. Back to London. Highlands are done. Cool. And we finished as aggressive? Really? Well, we'll have to change that next time. I mean, we only had 1 encounter other than the boss encounter, but that doesn't seem right. Anyway, 30-something research tokens is pretty ridiculous for this stage of the game, but we got 2 really super study items here. A little bit of gold, a little bit of campaign, and a little bit of counter never hurt anybody, but we are on the bottom here, whereas Rivalo and his bright hairy chest is on the top. So, right now, she is a mad scientist, Amelia Kawaska. And we're back in London where we're going to get more supplies from the same item. You get this every time. Okay, so upgrade badge, you get 3 supplies for your treasure. We're pleased to tell you, Amy, to become the most renowned explorer, and we're going to go around and spend our resources real quick. So just get through all these tutorials here. Now I have a few things to take care of here. We have some leveling up we can do. We are going to double down on archaeology. That will give us the devious lecture ability. So there we go. Lecture. Target becomes saddened if negative, giving it minus 25% speech and attacks in a cone, which is pretty good. Then Charles Templeton. Well, I do like the diplomat ability pretty well. Survivalist, however, is probably going to be better for the research style missions that we're going on. So if we take this tracking perk, you'll still get group insult, which is great. So we have some very devious things in an excited attack as well. Yeah, we'll make it work. Alright, now I do have some resources to spend as well. I do have a little bit of renown, or a little bit of insight. I'm not going to spend it yet. Main reason is because I can get academic, which will unlock 2 study tokens in Berlin, or we can always do something like... Some characters will have different buffs just based on spending the renown. So we don't knock the renown, the insight, so we don't want to do any of these yet. Eventually, Amelia will be really good at lecturing here. We'll get bonus study, which will let us double down on sciences. In fact, we're going to go ahead and unlock preparation, and we're not going to do anything with Chronicles just yet because we can't unlock some of these until the second mission or second expedition, and I really want to unlock some of the sciences. But preparation's good. We want an additional tool. We want an additional insight. We want faster unlocks, and we want +2 supply. So next research is 60. I think we did really well there. Okay. We can get some entourage. We have one student, and that one student does add up over time. We can get different specialists. We don't have a lot of status right now. But I do like getting one study if you resolve an encounter as friendly. It's a little unfortunate because our stronger attacks are probably devious attacks, but we'll take Hanahaz the Observer. Then the item shop here, where I think one of my missions down fell just a little bit last time because I didn't do a good job like upgrading my stuff here. Of course, I didn't have a lot of gold to do it either. I still have trinkets, so I could get the Survivalist perk Navigation or the Engineer perk Advanced Tools. I do think I actually want to go ahead and get a compass. And we're going to give that to our buddy Charles Templeton. So that's pretty good. I mean, right now we are, we don't have a lot of money. We just have research right now. And our research tree, pretty much our goal here, we don't need the second Explorer's Kit yet. But we do want to get some other options here. Probably between scouting or cultures. Maybe we will go for a friendly run compared to last time, but I don't really have a lot of friendly people. I have some sciencey people and some scouting, but not actually scouts. It's all good. We'll figure it out a little bit later, but I'm going to call this a video for now. This is Asher with Renowned Explorers International Society. And next expedition is going to be somewhere different, and hopefully it ends up better than last time. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully this upload doesn't freeze at the 19-minute mark like last one. And I'll see you next time.